Major League Kayak Fishing, could they get into the game soon? Let's talk about it. My favorite podcast, and a lot of bass anglers' favorite podcast, is probably Bass Talk Live. Listened to it for a long time. It actually gave me inspiration to kind of push on with our Kayak Bass Nation podcast that we do, talking about kayak fishing. But I love Bass Talk Live, and recently Boyd Duckett was on there talking about MLF, doing a little year in review about MLF and the Pro Series and all they have going over there. And one of the people in the live stream chat in the questions asked about kayak fishing, and it caused a little stir. I saw some posts about it, saw some posts on our forum over on Facebook talking about his MLF about to get in the game. So I want to do a little reaction video, give you my thoughts on it. So let's first listen to what Boyd Duckett had to say about kayak fishing on that podcast.
But fantasy fishing will be back, and as well as this predictor game, and as well as hopefully some more things coming in the future that we're currently working on. So a lot of great movement finally in the category that you're speaking about.
All right, very cool. Several people want to know, will MLF venture into the kayak game from a tournament perspective?
You know, we've talked a lot about that. No decision has been made where to go. I know that kayak fishing has grown and grown. I personally really like kayak fishing. I have a kayak in my house. I actually fish out of it sometimes on Lake Guntersville. Stay close to the house because I'm too lazy to paddle too far. But I think it's an emerging portion of our sport, and so we have to keep an eye on it. We're not prepared yet. You know, we have launched so much in the last 2 or 3 years, as you're aware of, but it's definitely on the radar as a possibility. I'll leave it at that. It's kind of like maybe you asking me about fantasy fishing last year.
Yeah. All right. Let's do this, Boyd.
So there you have it. I got a lot of mixed messages from that. I didn't really get a definitive yes or definitive no. I don't feel like he knows much about the kayak fishing tournament scene. The way he said it's an emerging part of the sport. I mean, it's a booming part of the sport. BASS is already involved. FLW tried to get involved before. Maybe he's just kind of being coy about that, but certainly it doesn't bring the money that he's used to dealing with Major League Fishing and the Toyota Series they're running over there in the hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars range. But it's certainly something that they probably should be looking at if they're not. So if they ever do get involved, what's that going to look like? As far as fitting into the Major League Fishing format, kayak fishing is perfect. I mean, it was prepared for their format the minute it came out. The catch photo release eliminates the need for a judge, so you don't have to have a judge in the boat to weigh fish. You can literally do the every fish counts format that Major League Fishing is famous for. With catch photo release, people have done it now in their local clubs just for something different. So it's ready-made for the Major League Fishing brand or formula to work. It's just a matter if they want to do it. So if they ever do jump into the game, what's that going to look like? Will they come up with their own, or do we think that they'll try to partner with somebody? I got a couple trains of thought on that. Obviously, if they pulled in the right people to get it off the ground and didn't just bring some person from the bass boat world to try to create a kayak league, I don't know if that would work, but if they got the right kayak anglers involved, they could build something from the ground up. But maybe the more likely scenario is for them to go partner up with an established organization and or buy out an organization. KBF has the framework. There's been rumors for years of them being shopped around. They dipped their toe in the water with FLW before, so maybe there's still some people there with holdover relationship. I don't know. As well as some other regional series that could, maybe partner up, or maybe their leadership could partner up with them and help them get this thing off the ground. I don't know what it's going to look like if and when they ever do it. If they do, it's going to be nothing but a good thing because more options are always better for kayak anglers. But I want to hear your reaction. So get in the comments and let me know what you think about what Boyd Duckett says. Do you think that Major League Fishing or the Big Five or whatever they want to call themselves, any part of the MLF group over there will get involved in the kayak fishing game? Thanks, y'all.